Guys, I've been getting a lot of questions between the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus whether to get a 32 gig or 128 gig and what's the difference between those two. So the difference between 32 gig and 128 gig is exactly that, the capacity. So that's the storage that the iPhone has. The iPhone 128 gig does not have more, it's not faster or it doesn't have a better camera than the 32 gig. Alright, it's just the amount of gigs that you have inside your phone. As you know, iPhones, you cannot expand the storage like some Androids, right? So whichever iPhone you get, you will not be able to expand the storage, which is not a good thing. However, there are adapters, alright? So you could plug in an adapter to your phone and that way you can plug in an SD card. However, that's just to transfer information, not to just keep information there. So don't think that you can use that for that reason. That's why people pay quite a bit more money for what the 128 gig. Now it depends, alright? So if we're going to a tech, let me just show you guys. So here's the 32 gig, 128 gig, and we will see that those two have everything the same. So if I scroll all the way down, you guys will see that they have exactly the same thing. It's just the storage that's different, alright? Now if you guys are looking into deciding which one you should get, the 32 gig or 120 gig, well, just think what you guys need it for. Usually when I talk about this, I talk about video, because video, if you guys are going to record at 4K, it's going to take up a lot of space on your phone, so you might be considering this. If you guys are not going to take that much video, then maybe 32 gigs will be fine. 32 gigs, I would say it's fine for the average user that's just using Facebook, Twitter, making some calls, some videos, some photos. You should be okay with 32 gigs. However, if you like apps, if you like gaming, there's a bunch of games that each game might wait between 2 to 3 gigs each. So that means that you might need this, especially if you're gonna take a lot of video at 4K resolution. Again, 128 gigs, what you wanna go for. If you don't even have a 4K TV, or you're never gonna even export this as a 4K video, then I don't see you guys needing the 128 gigs, but that will be the most comfortable position that you can go at. And a lot of people get this 32 gigs because it's cheaper and then end up purchasing iCloud space. And then if you actually accumulate that, if you think about it, it's more expensive to pay monthly for that iCloud space than just getting the 128 gig. So you might want to just get that. It goes the same thing. I know I'm highlighting mostly the iPhone 7. iPhone 7 Plus, it's the same thing. There's no difference between the 32 gig and 128 gig. Same thing. It's just the storage difference, alright? And if you guys are looking at the difference between the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus, well, it's the screen size, alright? That's the main thing. So if you look at the screen, since the screen is bigger, you get more pixels in there, so it's a little bit better. All right, and then if you go down, you guys will see that the camera is also a little bit better from the iPhone 7 Plus. And well, the big difference I would say between the two cameras is because you can do optical zoom with the 7 Plus versus the 7, which you can't. And aperture wise, I don't see a humongous difference there. But when it comes down to battery life, there's actually a nice difference right there. So with the 7 Plus, you actually get more hours in there. So although it has a bigger screen, it doesn't take more battery. That's because they actually managed to put a bigger battery in there since they have the space, right? So it isn't a humongous difference, but it is, if you're talk time, 21 hours, and then you're going versus 14 hours, that's pretty big. Then if you're talking about internet use, which is most of us, 13 hours versus 12 hours, not a humongous difference. But yeah, those are the difference between those two phones. And although that wasn't what this video was about, I just wanted to quickly show you that. And let's just go back to this. So hopefully now you guys know the answer between the difference between a 32 gig and 128 gig. And it's exactly that, just the capacity that you have for storage on your iPhone. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, you can write them down here below in the comments area, and don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thank you.